Hey guys, welcome back. It's Josh with the Financial Advisor Car Guy. So as you know, we just had Father's Day a weekend or so ago. And so this week I wanted to talk a little bit about a story I read on the internet quite a while ago now. Recently resurfaced on Instagram, and since Father's Day was just here, I thought it was appropriate. So let's talk about a story about a guy who 3D printed a Lamborghini Aventador for his son. So full running car, amazing story. So basically this kid used to play Forza on his Xbox all the time. And his Aventador was his car of choice. So he always dreamed of having one. And the dad, being the great guy that he is, decides, you know what, let's build one. So he had about a $300 3D printer. Basically took, I don't know if it was for a model car, RC car, what kind of car it was, but he basically found a 3D printable body for an Aventador. It was a 1/10 scale, I believe, so it had to have been like an RC car or something. But basically put it into his software, blew it up to life size, then cut the car into 1 square foot sections, literally printed the entire thing. This took a long time. That 3D printer wore out after about 15 months of continual printing. And he did at some point in the process end up with 2 other inexpensive machines so he could print faster and faster and faster, because obviously 1 square foot at a time to build an entire car is going to take forever. Well, rather than wait till the end to tell you this, the entire build took 5 years. So this is not like a 1 summer thing or a winter project. This was a 5-year ordeal. I don't know how old the son was when they started the project, but he was of driving age when they finished, which I think was probably part of the point. But anyway, this 3D printed Aventador had genuine parts. Lamborghini caught wind of this story and actually sent the guy a pair of Aventador headlights. Each headlight costs about $5,000. So that's $10,000 gift, which is incredible. A few months later, the guy checks his mailbox and Lamborghini had stepped it up again and mailed him an authentic Aventador steering wheel. Apparently they'd saw a photograph of an Audi steering wheel inside this Lamborghini. And so they thought, no, we can't do that. Let's fix this guy up. So the steering wheel is another $4 or $5 grand as well. So, I mean, Lamborghini gifted him 15 grand worth of parts. This guy took an LS1 out of a Corvette, bolted it in, he wide-bodied the car. So what he did do is he modified those 3D print files a little bit to accommodate wider rear tires, give the car a whole bit of a wider appearance. He did have to 3D print custom taillights to fit this wide body, but it's incredible. I would encourage each and every one of you guys to just look elsewhere here on YouTube. You will find this guy. He's on there, his story is on there, video, you can hear the car running. It's incredible. But because of Father's Day, I thought, you know, what better than to talk about a story of a guy and his son building a car together. Pretty special stuff. So the story does go on, right? 3D print, you think to yourself, like, you can't build a car out of that. And that's true. It works great for RC cars and toys and things like that. But something that's going to drive down the road, it would never hold. So what he did was actually lay down 6 layers of carbon fiber. He put 3 on the outside, 3 on the inside. And he somehow figured out how to like vacuum pack it and seal it and all these things. So there's no air bubbles, no gaps, no anything. The dude's skilled, right? He's not just your average guy, apparently. He's like a physicist. That's what he does for a living. He's a physicist. So just genius guy. And I mean, he had a day job through all this. So that's probably why it took about 5 years, that and a slow printer. But, you know, the carbon fiber aspect, the modifying the body aspect, you know, scouring the internet for parts. He custom fabricated and welded his own chassis. Everything on this car is one-off. I mean, literally, with the exception of those parts from Lamborghini, he pretty much fabricated or borrowed from other cars or sourced whatever he could to make this thing work. But it does run, it does drive, he does take it to car shows. And, you know, obviously people think he's driving a $300,000 Aventador. Really, I want to say I read that his budget, or not his budget, but the final cost of the build was something like $25,000. Now, we have a 3D printer. My son 3D prints all sorts of stuff. That filament is not super cheap. I mean, a roll of it's maybe $20 or $25. If you're getting good quality stuff, it's more expensive than that. And if he's printing 1 foot by 1 foot pieces, I can't imagine he's getting more than just a few square feet per roll of filament. Meaning, I mean, a fender could take a whole roll or more, multiply that by, again, the entire size of a car, a hood, the roof, doors, all that stuff is going to take so much stuff. So speaking of the doors, that was the other tricky thing. He did get a set of Lamborghini hinge door or door hinge, a set of those donated to him from another guy who, I don't know if they were swapping stories or what, but apparently this other guy was also working on building himself an Aventador. I don't know if it was 3D printed or if it was just a replica clone body or kit car type of thing. But this guy had an extra set of the scissor door hinges. And so he gifted them to this guy for this project. And just a super, super cool story. So like I said, I'd encourage you guys to go out there on YouTube, look a little further, find the story, watch the video, listen to the guy. Seems like a super nice, humble guy. But yeah, just a really neat story. And so, again, in honor of Father's Day, I thought I'd share that with you all. What do you think? Is that something that you could ever do or see doing or seeing somebody like me doing? I don't think so. It's crazy. It's very ambitious. But it's inspiring. I think it's a really neat thing. And I think that it does kind of speak to that DIYer in a different way. Seeing what's possible, it's pretty unique. So I thought it was cool. Like I said, I wanted to share that with you guys. That's all I got. Have a wonderful week. Like, subscribe, comment down below, ring that notification bell. Most importantly, remember, may every investment you make be a good one. Till next time.